wonderful Donna. Tell us about Donna and how she fits into the world of Night Court.
Well, there was a line once in season one that she says, I tried to be a Donna and it just didn't work out. And so we have Gergs, and she is the lovable court bailiff on Night Court, and she definitely walks to the beat of her own drum.
And how would you say season two kind of expands upon the universe that was established in the first season?
We get to see different pairings now. We've definitely always had Dan and Abby together. We've had more of Gergs and Olivia together, and now we have another person. We've got Wyatt that is joining to the mix, and we're seeing a lot of pairings with Wyatt and Olivia, which is really nice. And more pairings of Gergs and Dan together. So we're definitely getting to expand and see them and on a personal way, and not just coworkers at Night Court.
I think that longtime fans, when the revival series was announced, longtime fans were so excited to know that John was returning, that he was reprising his character for this series. So my question to you, Miss, is how has John's presence, influenced the dynamics on set?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the grounding force of it. And there is a regality there, just to watch him step onto set is always just so impressive. I have a fondness for him. I love the stories that he tells. He tells so many stories, not just about Night Court, but just about his life experiences and some of the people that he's gotten to work with. And to hear him have reverence for those things is lovely. Because, some people are just like, oh, yes, in 1602, I did this, me. But for him, it's just like, this moment has reminded me of something that I've done previously in my career. I used to be a radio DJ, and oh yeah, I remember when I was doing this, and I would play all these amazing records. And I mean, I can only imagine he's got thousands and thousands of records and laser discs in his collection, and I just want to hear about everything. And because I want to hear about everything, I want to do a good job at my job. And it's not necessarily to please him, but it's just to show that we are in this together, and I love doing this with you, and I want to continue to do this with you for as long as possible. And if we're having a good time, that means that we do get to do this more. And yeah, and I feel that way about all of my co-stars. Like we're in this together, and we love it together, and we love being together, and we love creating this thing for you together. Because I hear about people like, oh, I love watching the show. It brings me joy. It brings me nostalgia. It brings more tradition back to my family because we sit down and we watch together, we cook dinner, and we sit around the TV together. And I just love that because I miss doing that too.
The original Night Court was known for, tackling social issues with humor and heart. Does this new season continue this tradition?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely talked about monuments last season with episode 6. Sometimes we find ourselves in positions where um, things aren't going well at work. And when your job is involved, you have to decide what you're going to do because you have bills to pay. And so, there are ways to say things and are ways to show things that can still maintain your job at the end of the day. And so it was a beautiful thing to see that happen in episode 6. There was a protest, as protests have been happening over the past several years. And then what am I going to do? Because my nephew is a part of this thing, but this is also happening at my job. And that was a great conversation to have. I hope they continue to have conversations like that. I hope to be a part of a lot of those conversations to deal with PCOS or with infertility or with, whatever is going on in our lives, because there's a lot going on out there and a lot going on with different demographics of people. And I feel like we cover the gamut of that diversity, that we can talk about everything at the same time.
And so for newcomers who have not yet experienced the world of Night Court, what can they look forward to as they kind of begin streaming, getting caught up on this new season, going back and, watching the past episodes into the remaining episodes that are coming up?
Yeah, they're going to see our connections growing deeper. They're going to see a lot of like callbacks to what is currently happening and what has happened in the past. A lot of name drops, a lot of movies that we talk about, a lot of music that we talk about. And just to have a good time. You know, we're not trying to solve world hunger, but we are giving you an escape from those moments for 23 minutes. And that's something that's really special that you don't necessarily get because everything is so drama heavy right now. And that makes us even more special.